It is easy to think that the big and strong outlook of football players would deter anyone from messing with them. However, this is far from the case. Being a celebrity, which NFL athletes absolutely are, opens them up to the world, and often their business is not just theirs, but everyone's, including psychos and criminals. The general public is very aware that pro athletes have money and many expensive luxury items, which unfortunately makes them a target to criminals looking to take advantage of that. This is the other side of celeb-hood that is scary. In today's video, we'll be looking at 10 NFL players that were robbed. However, before we go deep into the details on today's list, do not forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment "gifted athlete" to be entered in this month's $500 Amazon gift card giveaway. Good luck. Number 10, Rob Gronkowski. In 2018, while Rob Gronkowski was away in Minneapolis playing the Super Bowl, where he recorded 2 touchdowns, criminals were robbing his Massachusetts home. He reported the case to the police, who launched an investigation. Apparently, the robbers burgled his house and made away with some safes and guns. This was all shades of bad news because his team also lost the match that took him away from home. However, they later found the thieves, and one of them wore clothes with the Patriots logo to court. Number 9, Ray Armstrong and Reuben Foster. Partying is all fun until you find yourself in the wrong neighborhood at the wrong time. These two friends went to have fun and got robbed at gunpoint back in 2017 at 2 a.m. in San Francisco. As reported, the players noticed a white Audi car suspiciously circling the building. So after a while, Foster handed his jewelry to a friend, with security escorting them to safety. He and Armstrong, on the other hand, went out with security, and 2 masked men assailed them with a handgun and an assault rifle. With enough guts still in them, they both took to their heels and were lucky to have escaped unharmed. The criminals are yet to be apprehended to this day. Number 8, Tom Brady. Even legends are not immune to robbery, as Brady himself got robbed in his own locker room. The incident happened after the Super Bowl 51 victory. The quarterback took off his jersey and handed it to a Patriot, and as it turned out, the jersey went rogue. When interviewed about the incident, Brady described it as unfortunate because it was memorabilia for him, while joking that the ring was good enough for him. As it turned out, a Mexican journalist named Martin Ortega stole it from the locker room, and amazingly, it was not his first time. A fan and collector named Dylan Wagner came to the rescue while trying to buy it online. He found Ortega online and gave his details to the police, who tracked him down and recovered several other items he had stolen, including a Tom Brady Super Bowl 49 jersey. Number 7, Antonio Brown. This one was just kind of weird and interesting. Antonio Brown, known for being flashy, learned about the problems of celebrityhood the hard way. First, he went on a vacation, only to return and discover that $80,000 that had been stored in a bag alongside a firearm had been stolen from his apartment. Secondly, after many backs and forths trying to find the robbers, he got angry, throwing furniture from his window that almost hit a 22-month child. The parents discovered the perpetrator was wealthy and filed a lawsuit for damages, claiming their child suffered nightmares from the incident. Thirdly, he later called the police, saying his car had been stolen, only to find it before the cops came. He told the officer he had found it and slammed the door in their face. Now, the player is facing jail time for burglary and assault. Number 6, Terrence West. Lightning, they say, doesn't strike twice in the same place. Robberies have such capabilities. The superstar filed a lawsuit against the hotel he stayed at in Miami for allowing 2 women and a man to rob him not once, but twice in a day. In 2016, 2 women from the hotel lobby suddenly obtained the keys to his room, which they entered, making away with 2 Rolex watches. After filing a report with the cops, the player later heard a knock on the door, and thinking it was the police, he opened it up only to get robbed again for over $5,000. Number 5. Shawn Rogers. In 2013, Shawn went partying and came home with the woman who drugged and robbed him of about $500,000 in jewelry. The player had kept the jewelry in safe, and the pretty damsel had made him a drink to feel good, but it was so good he just slept off. After 4 months of investigation, Sabana Bea, the robber, was arrested. But that was not all. It turns out she was part of a group who drug and robbed celebrities after hooking up with them in the club. Quite incredible. Number 4. Sean Taylor. This is the saddest one because this particular player was killed during the botched burglary. The Washington Redskins man, who was just 24, was burgled by criminals in his Miami home by 5 men. Apparently, the robbers had miscalculated, thinking the star was away on club duties, not knowing he was at home due to a knee injury. Taylor confronted the criminals with a machete and was shot in the leg. He died in the hospital, and the criminals were sentenced to life imprisonment. Number 3. Earl Wolf. Earl Wolf is another close call, and it happened in 2016 in North Carolina, Fayetteville. The star went family and friends visiting, only to get assailed by a masked man with an AK-47. At first, the criminals didn't know who he was until he mentioned it, and that's when it went crazy. The gunman first took him to the bank to withdraw all his money. Then, they took him to his friend's house to get more money. The player was later thrown out of the moving vehicle and was lucky not to have been hit by a car. Later, the police arrested Bobby Deshaun Bailey, the criminal, and today, he's in prison. Number 2. Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith and his whole family were robbed at gunpoint in an LA hotel. As the report stated, the player and his family landed in the city on a Tuesday night, but armed criminals were following them, unknown to them. At the hotel, the robbers confronted them with firearms and took what they could. More details about the incident are not known, as the family is requesting that the public respect their privacy. One thing we do know is he and his family are safe. Number 1. Patrick Mahomes. This superstar QB got robbed back in 2017 at gunpoint. He and 3 others stepped out of their car in Smith County, only to fall into the hand of 2 criminals who demanded they hand over their personal belongings. As it turned out, the armed man was Michael Pinkerson, who got a 12-year sentence for the crime. And that's how we end today's list. Are there any other players who got robbed that you would have liked to see on the list? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Also, do not forget to leave a like on this video if you're a fan of American football. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep safe.